And welcome back to the podcast, everybody. Thank you for joining us once again. Today we're going to be talking about the multiverse as it relates to the DCEU and the MCU, Wolverine, and everything in between. And with that in mind, I just want to thank everybody that likes, comments, and listens to the show. Yes, we do see the comments, we do check them, and we just want to say thank you for all the support and kind words you guys give us. To the CBC members, you guys can look forward to an exclusive topic this coming weekend, which will focus on Gina Carano being fired from Star Wars and Disney and being dropped by her agency. As always, make sure you guys are checking that community tab. Due to the different tiers, we got stuff rolling out all week long, from extra discussions to Let's Plays to, of course, our weekly rollout of audio commentaries at the audio commentary tier. And of course, this week we will have episode 6 of WandaVision, so you guys can look forward to that dropping right after the episode has come out on Disney Plus, so you can enjoy a rewatch. And just a quick shout out to all the members of the channel. You guys are awesome. We've seen a huge increase in members joining and becoming subscribers. You guys are amazing. Thank you for tossing us $1 a month to $10 to whatever amount some of you donate infrequently. It's really awesome. It really does mean a lot to all of us here. Thank you for supporting us on Twitch and everywhere. And again, you guys are the world to us. You truly are. Thank you. Now let's get to the damn show. This is what we're going to become now. This podcast is officially going to become stock information according to comic book nerds. Invest in LexCorp. I'm telling you, he's going to take down Superman one of these days and you're going to make out rich.
Don't know what to buy? Don't worry, neither do we.
Avoid Star Labs. They're like mutilating humans over there. They can't even get Cyborg right. What's Marvel got we can invest into? AIM seems promising. Totally not shady deals going on in there.
So don't worry, the Marvel stocks ain't getting buy into those anyway. Price is way too high. What is Marvel stocks currently? Or did they just come onto Disney?
Yeah, it's probably skyrocketed since then, obviously. I would assume.
You can't buy stock specifically in Marvel Comics because it isn't self-owned.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to buy Disney stock.
Yeah. I had a friend who owned a bunch of Marvel stock before the buyout, and he was like, man, when Disney bought them, I cashed out rich. I was like, of course you did.
Yeah. Lucky bastard.
I'm going to start investing into fictional things from Marvel Comics, so I hear that the Heroes for Hire are on the up and up due to their Netflix success. Jumping on that trend.
You're gonna get flagged for fake news.
I try to invest in Rand Corp. I can't find it.
I think Disney's at 189 at the minute.
Damn, it's pretty good. Pretty good. I guess I'll intro us for the show. Welcome everyone to another CBC podcast. We are back. We're gonna have a good time on this show here today. Talk a bunch of stuff. And as always, this is your host, Armin. You guys can find me on, I don't know where the hell I am anymore. Just find me wherever the hell I am. I think I'm going to be playing Persona 5 Striker soon, so I'll be on PlayStation. Yeah.
Gotta love a bit of Persona 5. Yeah. What a game. What a game.
Yep. So that's it. Mitch, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Mitch692. Having a bit of celebratory few tweets right now because
yes,
good times happened. Good times. It's a good night last night. Very good night.
Keep up with us if you want for the members topic this week, which you guys can notice is going to be the topic of discussion. Here's what he's teasing, but yes, that'll be the members topic coming out on Saturday. Of course, where you can always find our brand new audio commentaries. And yes, WandaVision, we're pumping those out every week. So in case you're at that tier, we've gotten a lot of people being like, wow, you guys are putting in a lot of overtime. Because typically we do one a month. That's like a movie, but it's like, but there's a lot to talk about with WandaVision. So that's going to keep going through, pretty much every MCU show from here on out. We're going to do every episode. So that's going to be pretty fun.
That's one a week.
Yeah, a lot to talk about. So I guess with that in mind, we're just going to get right into the damn first topic. It was teased a little bit ago. We finally got our look. We know what Jared Leto's Joker will look like, sort of, because as of this recording, we didn't have like the color reveal, but most people can kind of make out, it's probably going to be something green here or there or whatever. Along with that, then we got like merchandise that started to hit, which reveals Darkseid on what most of us.
See that.
Oh, you didn't see that? It's like, well, it's Darkseid on like the throne of Apocalypse, which.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like they're confirming we will see Apocalypse, and we kind of knew we were going to anyway, but that's kind of cool. Along with that, we got a very confusing clip of Steppenwolf like throwing around Amazonians, and many people are like, I can't tell what's happening, and the nature of which they revealed that clip and released it with like the camera zooming in and it being shaky and stuff didn't really do it any favors, I don't think. Like it's
Well, no, because it's a potato can bootleg, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
if I wanted to watch Justice League like that, I can literally just go on any torrent site.
It was a weird choice of marketing to reveal that clip like that. Again, I understand like they're still finalizing the color grading and stuff, so this is probably the best way to handle it. But it's like, you guys could have just waited. Like the trailer's supposed to hit any moment now. Actually, by the time this hits, it might be out. It's supposed to hit any moment now. I think maybe they said the 14th, but
isn't it the 14th?
I think,
So
but I
Sunday.
wasn't sure. Yeah.
I want to say Valentine's Day. They said.
Yes.
Which what Valentine? Thanks. Thanks for that.
Well, at least people got something to be excited about. You know, like it's
I mean,
what,
yeah.
6 weeks before the release date, which honestly is pretty good to start the marketing and everything. Like we're kind of at this point now where you could tell that WB is putting everything they got out there, like the merchandise is starting to show up and everything, which it probably indicates good things. Like I don't think there's some people that have been saying, do you think it could get delayed again? Nope. No.
No, they want this thing done and gone.
Yeah, they want this out because they got to focus on the other stuff, which the week after is Kong versus Godzilla. Then, like 3 weeks after that, you got Mortal Kombat or whatever. So, like, they're on a quick turnaround now. So I don't think this thing gets delayed. Honestly, I don't know why. I suspect they could probably even bump it up a week just to get away from Godzilla, Kong, and even Falcon and Winter
haven't
Soldier.
they already moved it once?
Yes. Yep.
They moved it just like really recently.
Yeah.
Just to get it away from Godzilla, which, I mean, why even put Godzilla there in the first place? Like, you knew this thing was coming out, so why keep shuffling things around? Just be like, oh, cool, that, and that. Like, It makes no sense to me, but hey, but that Joker, it's.
I will say I like it way more than Juggalo Joker. Like, I did not like Juggalo Joker. Like, I understand what they were going for, but it did not work out at all.
No. It's just it reminds me of that one cartoon where Joker was like, I want to say it was the Batman.
Yeah, it's
where Joker looked. He was like everything was really top heavy and had his massive spiky hair.
Yeah,
and I'm just like I don't like that Joker, so it reminded me of that one.
I never watched that cartoon really, so I don't know, but I know exactly what you're talking about. It came like after Batman Beyond and all that. That was like their next iteration. Yeah.
So I'm a really superficial person with cartoons and like anything with art and stuff. So if I don't like the look of it, I ain't watching it. Didn't like the look of the animated series in the 90s, didn't watch it. Never have, never will.
Oh damn.
Like, and now with this, it's just like it looks a bit more Heath Ledger-ish.
It does, yeah.
Than anything else, so it's like at least it's. Especially because it's got that going for it, but there's like, you're just copying Heath Ledger, but I don't know. I don't like Jared Leto. I don't like his Joker. I just don't want to see his Joker.
I'm excited to see what he has to offer. Like, it's just, at least it's Zack Snyder's Joker, though. That's going to be the thing, right? So I guarantee he's going to be different than what we got in Suicide Squad, for better or for worse. I will say that, but
I mean, different, yeah. I agree there. It'll be different than Suicide Squad, yeah.
It'll be different, all right. It's
no hunker in this.
Oh no, he better. Batman shows up in the bunker. He's like, "Hey, Batman, hunka." Oh.
If we have Joker saying hunker, but no Cyborg saying booyah, then what the hell is wrong with people? Come on, if it's not a Saturday morning cartoon, why the hell is it saying hunker hunker? Like, I'm sorry, that is a cute thing to say. Like, no matter how you spin it or what context it is.
I suppose we'll see soon enough, right? So, I know people are excited. Hopefully, you guys get what you want. I'm pretty sure we'll talk about this after the trailer, and we'll see where it goes. We finally got that Falcon and Winter Soldier trailer. We've been waiting for it. It was the big push for Disney for the Super Bowl, which was pretty awesome to see. Obviously, I am on the biggest hype train I could be in relation to this, show. I mean, I made no, I just straight up admitted this is going to be like my favorite thing Disney does. Like, I know that for a fact, fanboy of those particular characters in that world, and I mean, it legit looks like a sequel to The Winter Soldier, so more of that. You got Zemo back from Civil War. Like, that trailer, I think, and this isn't disrespect to that trailer, it's going to sound like it, but it's not. I feel like that this is the safe show that people wanted. Yeah. And this is why this show was going to be first instead of WandaVision, because it looks safe. Again, no disrespect, but it's a safe show. Like, it looks safe.
Yeah. This is the formula.
Yeah. Yep.
This is the formula. This is the, it's an easy one to get people in and get out there and get done. Which, the irony that the weird and wacky one got done first and out first.
Yeah.
That's the safe one. But that's the times we're living in, boys. But I'm here for Zemo. I love Sam. I love Bucky. But it's all about Brawl. I'm here for Brawl. I love that guy. He's a fantastic actor. Zemo was great.
Yeah.
No matter what the internet will have you say, oh, he did nothing. It's just like, did he? Did he really?
I mean, if he did nothing, then how was Thanos able to take down the Avengers? Oh, because Zemo broke them up. He literally disassembled them. So, he did plenty.
Exactly.
No,
and this whole thing of like Zemo's mask is purple because of Thanos. I hate that. I hate that every inch.
I could honestly see that being the thing, though. Like, it feels like
I can see it, and I get why people are saying it. Like, it just feels really CW cheesy to me. And it's like, if they do it, I'm just gonna be like, come on, come on, why? Of all the things you could have said, why can't the mask just be purple?
I feel like the version of Zemo we have in this, just wearing a mask for the sake of wearing it, though, like, or going the comic route, wouldn't make sense at this point, right? Because, like, it just feels a little weird. I don't know, like what other reason? Because we all know who he is. Zemo is not one to hide his identity, right? Like, he wanted the world to know who he was.
I was about to say, like, have we even seen Daniel Broad's face? But we saw it in the announcement thing, didn't we? So we know it's him under there. But
yeah, like, I feel like it's counter Zemo to be like, I don't want them to know I'm Baron Zemo, right? Like, I feel like there is something to the mask, which the theories are coming out in regards to, which obviously we'll find out. I think now also on the other side of this trailer is we more or less can confirm that is Madripoor. Like, the neon lights. And for those unaware, Madripoor is sort of like the stand-in for Singapore. Get it? Madripoor, Singapore, in the Marvel universe. So, obviously, mutant, like, hotbed. Now,
so it's like a mutant black market in it.
Yeah. This is probably going to be our first hint towards mutants, my assumption is. Like, if they've been around for a while, and if there's weird stuff happening, this will probably be it. Like, this is where they drop some hints. Because why would you go here if you're not intending on that? I just don't. Like, you could just go anywhere then. Like,
I was gonna say, it's. I don't believe you're gonna see any mutant in this show whatsoever.
Yeah.
You very well could. I think people keep wanting to shoehorn mutants into every show at the minute.
Yes.
Forgetting that the shows aren't about mutants. Like, these shows exist for the characters in the title of the show. Like, they don't exist. They're not a vehicle. Like, obviously, everything in Marvel now is a vehicle to bring something in. But I think something as big as mutants, you're not going to ram into a Falcon and Winter Soldier show. That's about Sam being Captain America by the end of it.
Yeah.
I think that's just a horrific and easy way to make everything crumble and fall apart.
Mm-hmm.
But will you get little Easter eggs? Sure. Why would you not get Easter eggs if you're going to bloody Madripoor of all places? Yeah. Like, of course you're gonna have that. Like,
I mean, the only thing I could see, and this is me putting on my best. Hey, Joe, listen to this. Is this what happened? Joe. All right. So they said we're dealing with the legacy of Captain America, the fallout of that. What's happened? We're doing the whole they did shady stuff with people. U.S. agent is taking over. You have Sam Wilson. You're gonna have like a couple of things that connect to the super soldier serum that we know are gonna be touched upon in this, and they're doing that whole skeevy side of the Marvel universe and what was happening with the program. If they in fact want to do mutants differently and do certain characters differently, if you're going to do the whole super soldier serum and sort of take an Ultimates route, I could see them laying down the foundation in this. Yeah. Like, that I could see being a subplot, being like, dude, Madripoor, over the last 100 years, coincidentally enough, ever since Cap became Cap, it's been weird here. Let's explore that. And let's touch upon it, but not go further into it till down the road. I could see that here, but
you can have like a Logan, or like a Hudson and I can't remember Magneto's second name. Lesher? Is it Lesher?
Oh, Ensure, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, like you have like a file on those two and do it, like just slip that in and establish that, these people exist. They were like the original, well, not the original two because they're going to be way before that, but like they're the two biggest ones from the same time as Cap.
Right.
You can do it that way.
And you could literally be like, America had their program. It brought you here, but once you guys are done here, check out this file about Canada. Something about Weapon Plus program. Isn't that what Cap was part of? Like, drop a little hint in there. I don't think you're going to be like, some people are literally anticipating being like, okay, we go into the show, Xavier shows up with the mutants and they help Cap. It's like, what? No.
No, but I have seen that Dottie in WandaVision is going to be Emma Frost because she plays a massive part in House of M. And since they're going to Madripoor, she's going to be in this.
Oh. Huh.
And I'm just like, I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but no.
No.
No. Like, she's Dr. Jones. It's Arcana. If she's going to be anyone, it's Arcana. You don't give her that name and then make her Emma Frost. Like, oh, she's going to have two names because she's clearly someone else, even though she hasn't been identified yet. But like, come on, like, don't be... Like, this whole grasping at straws for mutant things is really starting to grow.
We'll talk about that in another topic here about WandaVision, but so overall, I think we're both in agreement. Good.
I'm excited for this show. It looks great.
Yep.
As you say, it is the safest one I think they're doing right now. Maybe you could argue Hawkeye is relatively safe as well, but
yeah.
This is definitely we're going back to the Winter Soldier stuff, which, I mean, is not a problem because everyone loves that movie, and why would you not love that movie?
Exactly.
But no, we're getting more of what people want, I think.
And you can't beat that, so why not? So, according to Tom Holland, he's not aware of anything that's happening in Spider-Man 3. He might even not be in the movie, according to him, because apparently he knows nothing that's happening on the set of the film. After
a week ago.
After a week ago, he said it's the greatest standalone... Okay, look. He's denying the multiverse. He's denying other actors from other franchises. This is him just... It's just him playing...
I would say it's just Tom Holland. He's a marketing enigma to himself.
Yep.
He's the Schrodinger's box or Schrodinger's cat of what is going on in the movie. You can never really take what he says seriously. Like, yes, he lets a few things out there, but it's always safe crap that they tell him to go out there because it was a little marketing gimmick that people loved and they realized it.
Right.
So, free marketing. Here's a poster. Let's get people to spread it around, and that's like he leaked it. And now, like, clearly they're kind of like, no, we need to be shushed now. This is shush Tom Tom. Like, you be quiet. And like, it's obviously he said that. Maybe they've said like he's said a little too much, even though just saying like, oh, it's the most ambitious standalone movie is not really giving anything away. Like, maybe he does a little bit, I suppose, but
yeah.
And like, it's kind of like, no, just reel it back in. You got to be real quiet on this thing, but.
And that's the thing. Like, he's saying he doesn't know anything about the movie, doesn't know what's happening. He's kind of denying that it's a multiverse film. After literally a month ago and 2 weeks ago, Kevin Feige was like, so Spider-Man, multiverse.
Yeah.
Guys, come on.
Third Spider-Man movie connecting to Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. Like, really, like, enough. Like, I know the majority of the audience are little kids.
Right.
Obviously, maybe. Or at least like 13-year-olds. But please, no one's this dumb.
I mean, I really want to know why people are so adamant. They're like, no, he said it's not a multiverse film. We believe him. So what is this movie? Everybody's lying. Same people literally turn around going, nope, Deadpool 3 is not in the MCU. Nope, it's not R-rated. I'm like, so you'll believe the official word of a random actor who's clearly lying, despite everything else, but you won't believe Disney when they openly have told you 10,000 times that Deadpool 3 is in the MCU and R-rated. Same people will argue for both. It's like, where does the narrative stop? What am I losing here? Like, what am I losing?
The thing with that is there's nothing like nefarious behind it. It boils down to the whole simple thing of don't believe everything you read on the internet. Mm-hmm. And people haven't really clocked what they should and shouldn't believe right now.
Yeah.
It's like, Tatiana Maslany says she's not She-Hulk. Well, guess what she was? Or that means they're lying. So it's like trying to figure out who's lying and who's not. But they're so focused on that, they're missing the glaringly obvious, like, hold on a minute.
Yeah.
Just like, wait a second. Like, that's clearly a lie. That's clearly the truth. Right?
Yeah.
And so I think it simply boils down to that. And it's just...
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm 100% sticking with, yes, it's a multiverse film. And I'll go with maybe no Andrew Garfield. I'll go with Tobey Maguire guaranteed. Yeah. Maybe no Andrew Garfield, but he'll probably make some sort of smallish cameo if they can work it out. But yeah, I'm willing to bet this is definitely... It's got to be a multiverse movie because they literally said it was.
I say, if it's not, why is it connecting to two multiverse properties? Yeah. It makes no sense. Like, you could argue he's not technically lying because I don't think he's going to go into the multiverse.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
So therefore, it's not a multiverse movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how he's coming at it.
Right, because the multiverse is going to be breaking into our universe, so...
We're going to get the spill. He's the everyman perspective. He always has been for these movies since he's come in.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, look, this is random things just popping up because of this thing that happened. Which, the timeline of things is a bit weird at the minute, because like with WandaVision's before Far From Home, then all this happens afterwards, but I suppose we'll find out when everything happens.
Recently, Holland just said, like, literally, it's kind of what we knew because we saw the set photos, but the third film picks up right where the second one left off. Again, that's what they did with the last, every MCU Spider-Man, so...
Every Spider-Man film was picked up directly from where we last saw him, but then it has a time skip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's like, cool, I'm expecting to pick up direct, like, seconds afterwards. Because like, you're not going to have that reveal and then just not even see what happens afterwards. Like, it's too interesting to have him that bit in limbo at the minute.
I mean, my assumption will be, because that movie ends at the end of the school year. So it's his identity gets revealed. Oh my God, frantic couple of opening minutes. Then time jump into Christmas time where Hawkeye is set and where it's out of the way. And here we are. He's been homeless on the streets hiding. Like, okay.
A bit like Iron Man 3.
Actually, yeah. And
people are going to take that as a slight. That is absolutely the biggest compliment I can give to that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Anything aping Iron Man 3 is an accomplishment because that movie's a masterpiece.
It is.
And you are wrong saying otherwise.
But here's the thing. Do you think, and this is just me speculating, but this is the way I would do it. Peter is innocent. He's clearly innocent, right? Like, but it's all being framed against him.
We know for a fact he's innocent. Yeah.
Do you think after the frantic, like, couple opening minutes when we do the time jump, we find out Murdoch's been hiding him because he knows he's innocent. He's going to represent them, and that's how they work in Daredevil. Because to me, that would be the best way to do it.
It's possible. I still don't believe Daredevil's in it, so no.
Yeah, I'm 50-50 on. This is the one thing where I don't want to go either way. I'm like,
Say the timeline on Daredevil does not match up with what they could legally do.
Yeah.
So, especially when it's coming from the same people that said the exact same thing. It's kind of like, well, hang on, if that couldn't happen at this point, why is it happening now? But hey, what do I know? So yeah, it's. I mean, we'll see. If Daredevil's in it, great. If that happens, great, fantastic. But it's up in the air for me whether that's legit or not, and I just can't bring myself to believe it. So
yeah, I found it it's too good to be true because I want it to be real. That's
yeah, it's one of those like everyone's going to believe it because they want Daredevil to be in Spider-Man 3. It's like, well, of course you like you're going to say it's true. But it's I've always said, don't expect anything and you can't get disappointed. It's like, if I expect him to be in there, I'm going to get disappointed, and I know it's going to happen. Like, if he's not in there, can you imagine?
Oh, yeah.
God help the people that said he's going to be in there.
Right.
God help those people. Like, brave souls. But,
dude.
The movie will get absolutely shredded if he's
of course it will, yeah.
It's like,
you'll be able to give the people anything else they want, but the one thing will stick out and people will hate it for it. So
exactly. No, he's got to be hiding out somewhere, right? Because that Flash Instagram or whatever it is said that Spider-Man's been missing or something.
Yep.
So it's like, where exactly has he been?
Yeah.
I suppose Sword could have taken him in. Or
yeah.
Shield, whatever. And he's now Cosmic Spider-Man.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Maybe that's the new CG suit. He shows up in a cosmic suit.
He's got all the white and the stars and everything and the red mouth.
No.
Shooting those cosmic ray beams.
I mean, look, we're going to probably get a reveal soonish. So something's got to come soon. Hopefully they'll confirm it to us. And I guess we'll just find out. We'll wait and see. It's coming. So recently, the Russo brothers were once again part of an interview, and they talked a little bit about their favorite character from Marvel Comics, which they've made it very clear that it's Wolverine. That's both of the Russo brothers' favorite comic book character. They've said, look, we wish we could have included that character. We want to do that character. Like, I think they will. Eventually, they'll come back around and they'll work on Wolverine for the MCU. But when it comes to them teasing, they pretty much said, you have to do the complete opposite of Hugh Jackman. And
yeah, you really would, yeah.
I mean, look, no matter what you do, if you think the crazy Maguire fans are selective, imagine somebody that's been a Wolverine that defined 2 generations of kids growing up. Hell, even 3 in some cases. Like, you've seen nothing yet compared to the ridicule that the new Wolverine is going to get.
No, you guys. Well, you're going to get the people that, and like me, anything Marvel do is perfect and you can do no wrong.
Yes, just like me. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Just like us. That's because we get paid.
Yeah.
But you're going to get the other side where it's like, no, MCU bad. I need those Twitter clicks, I need those likes and retweets to justify my existence. So therefore, everything is bad. And then obviously you're gonna get the 3 Foxmen fans that are still hanging around, being like, "Oh, shoot Jackman."
Yeah.
If that doesn't happen, you're just gonna get that same thing that happened with Spider-Man, where the other franchises were actually a masterpiece, and this one's bad just because it's not those. Because I want to be different.
This one's too contemporary. Why do they have to rely on the MCU? It doesn't make sense that he's Weapon X. Why does he have to connect to Captain America? That's not like the comics. But, they won't have read the comics to know this. So the Russos, Joe specifically is the one that said, he's like, you have to do kind of a different thing and go in a different direction. I'm like, the first thing that has to set them apart is, whatever you do, no jeans and beater the first time we see him, for the love of God.
Yeah.
But
here's a really easy way to do Wolverine differently. You just do Laura Kinney.
Yeah. Bring her in with Deadpool. Like,
no.
But I want that character though.
No.
Well,
no. You're getting Deadpool. We're keeping Deadpool far away from everything. It's for the best. Deadpool can get oversaturated really quickly. But yeah, I know people are like, you can't do Laura Kinney without Logan. It's like, no, you can. You can do literally whatever you want with any current character without something like that. It literally does not matter. If you really want Logan in there, hey, she's the daughter of Logan. Logan's just a regular person.
Yeah.
There you go. Done.
I do. See, that's different enough, but I think you leave so much money on the table by not having Logan proper as Wolverine that
you do, but like, it's just the easiest way to do something different, isn't it?
It is.
You can't just get someone else and be like, oh yeah, he's now Logan. This is now your Wolverine. Like, no, it just won't work.
I mean, worst case scenario, they bring in Jackman and then it's all over.
Yeah, I've even said it before in here. Like, if you really want, like, if you want to go something completely different, you can have your cake and eat it too. Do Jimmy Hudson from The Elements.
Mm-hmm.
Do Laura Kinney from 616. At the same time, you literally just make them Logan's kids, and he's just there. You can have Jackman as Logan, as the father, living in some little wood cabin in Canada, and they suddenly have the same mutant powers.
Yeah,
and then you just go along like that.
I mean, I don't see why we can't. Fine, if people really want Jackman back. Fine, bring in Jackman and say he's already been Wolverine doing his missions and stuff, and if we need, we can do flashbacks and do the Hank Pym thing. Just do that. Like, it's worked for Hank Pym.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know anybody that's like, man, I sure do miss that Hank Pym comic moment that he's known for. Like, okay, say it without saying beats Janet. Like, they struggle to come up with a moment. It's like, look, Wolverine can work the same way. If he's a mentor to younger proteges, two of them, sure. Like, that's easy enough. Like, it's...
No, you could... No. You could do the whole Evan Peters thing. Spoilers.
Yeah.
For Wonder. Do the whole Evan Peters thing. He's clearly not Peter. He's not Peter from the X-Men movies. It's literally just Evan Peters. It's a fun little wink and a nod to a different franchise.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go like, hey, yes, he's playing the same character. Like, hey, here's Hugh Jackman. He's a guy that served in the war. He has the healing properties, and you can play, to that side of Wolverine's history, where he didn't have the claws. Like this Logan never went through those experiments to get the claws and everything else. He's just a guy that has a healing factor.
Yeah.
But he's kept himself. He served with Cap in the war. He's kept himself separate for most of the time. He has 2 kids. Those 2 kids can go through an experiment because they are obviously the people that are doing experiments know who he is, and you could play off that way. That, to me, that is the best way they could take it.
That would honestly be pretty great.
You still have your history there, and you have 2 new characters that are completely different characters to who Logan is going forward.
Because you could have Jimmy, you have Laura, you do the experiments, and then somewhere down the road, if you really want, you could be like, hey, Dad, want to suit up one more time because we need you? There's your Jackman in a suit, and you really got the best of everything. Like, that is the best way to do it, I feel. Like that. But
because they're going to do something with Jackman. Let's be honest here.
Yep.
Absolutely going to do something with Jackman. So, but hey, we'll just have to wait and see.
Well, wait and see. There's been a lot of rumors, a lot of talk, a lot of discussion, and people have built this up to be at least comparable to the greatest thing that humanity will ever witness on film. Because however big the cameo is going to be for the end of WandaVision, it's literally taken on a life of its own now. Like, that's how big this rumor is.
I think we've already seen the cameo, to be honest.
You think it's Evan Peters? Like, because, I don't know.
Because Olsen herself never said this cameo is the same as Luke Skywalker in the end of Mandalorian. That was the question posed to her, and she just said yes.
Oh, so I mean, to me, I honestly think that they're saying, well, it's going to be big. To me, it's Doctor Strange. Like, that's what I'm anticipating. Like, that's the big one. It's like, oh, he's going to show up and help and do magical stuff, and she's going to be Scarlet Witch, and he's going to be full-on Vision, and it's going to be that. But, like, the rumors out there run the gamut from all the X-Men to Patrick Stewart to here's Fassbender, here's Logan, played by Hugh Jackman. Like, it pretty much anything is out there, and it's open for people being like, no, this is what's going to happen. And I think some people are building themselves up too high, where I know you've seen it as well as I have. Unless something that big happens, they already have said the series is garbage. It's like, oh, come on, guys. Like, no.
Yeah, people have got this idea in their head that she has to bring in mutants because of House of M.
Right. Yep.
It's just another little mark of why House of M was the worst thing to ever happen to Scarlet Witch, number 12,036. Because it's not even her story. She's just a catalyst in that book, and then you follow Wolverine, and then no one remembers this. Doctor Doom made her do it.
Oh man.
So people being like, oh, she's a genocidal maniac. Like, no, it was retcon she was manipulated. And it's like, people tend to obviously not read what these stories are. They see places like IGN and all that tweet like, here's why it's going to be mutants because House of M. It's just like, there's more stories to Scarlet Witch and the Vision than House of M.
What?
Mm-hmm. Go... Good a piece of advice. Go on Marvel Unlimited and look at Scarlet Witch and Vision and tell me what comes up. Look what this show is clearly based on.
Yeah.
It ain't House of M. Is there winks and nods to House of M? Of course there is. Why wouldn't there be? What? Obviously, there's some influence taken from it. Are they going to bring in mutants? No.
The thing is, like, this goes back to and again, I think this is the Fox X-Men movie people that are fans of this. Remember, everybody was like, Days of Future Past is the greatest X-Men and Wolverine story. It's like, have you ever actually read Days of Future Past? It's one issue. Like, people make out Days of Future Past to be this thing that lasted 2 years and was interconnected and a giant part of Marvel Comics. It's like, dude, it was barely a full issue, and Logan's not even the central character of it. Like,
no.
What were you reading? But people take what, like you said, what IGN has said, and they're like, it's clearly House of M, and they show you the No More Mutants panel, right?
Yeah.
And that's all the comic was. Just like Days of Future Past, all the comic was apparently was Logan time traveling to the past to be with himself. It's like, dude, that was actually a kiddie story. But no,
I was going to say, that was Kitty Pryde.
Yeah, right. So it's like, where do you, like, there's almost like this Mandela effect that works with the X-Men movies for some reason. And I think people are building up too much of what they have been told and think they know, as opposed to what they're anticipating for the ending of WandaVision. Because it, like you said, sure, yes, there's House of M elements in there, that's clear, but that's not it though. Like, it's not the entire thing. Like,
Also, House of M clearly made her like a, this distraught woman that she's just Bendis ruined that character.
Bendis ruined another character. What?
I was going to say shock horror, right?
Yeah.
But hey, if it wasn't for him in those years, we wouldn't have all these movies now. So, swings and roundabouts, I suppose. But nice. I'm just annoyed at all these mutant theories because people are so going to flip that crap at the end of this show.
Yeah.
It's going to be like, oh, I didn't do what my headcanon told me it was going to do, so therefore it's bad. Like, shut up.
Look, I'm going to go on a limb. If I had to make one crazy prediction, who I think it'll be, I'm going to just say Ryan Reynolds. I'm not saying Deadpool. I'm literally telling you Ryan Reynolds shows up. Like, that's what I'm going to go. I don't know. Like, because I'm not believing you're getting Hugh Jackman or anything. I would love it if it was Magneto was to be brought in. Like, not even as the father figure, just like, here's Magneto. I'd be like, all right. But I'm not anticipating what people have built up in their heads.
Right. If you've been following my Twitter, you know what I'm about to say. All right, there's full spoilers for this show. Final FYI. Each commercial is an Infinity Stone, right? They all add up. The toaster's clearly Vision. The watch is time. The soap was the Space Stone. What else have we had? Lagos was the Reality Stone. Well, that's so far. If we get two more and they match up, they're clearly Infinity Stones. We know an Infinity Stone plays a part in this. We know specifically it's the Mind Stone, because she's had to have remade that thing because it's in his head, or at least we see it's in his head. We've seen clips of it from her time in Hydra and experiments. My entire thing for both the questions of this topic, like who's the big bad and the cameos, is the Mind Stone and Ultron. Like we know that stone's sentient. It has to be sentient because Ultron came from it. So there's some element of being there and some consciousness there. So if she's remade that, who's to say she's very, very well remade that wrong?
Yeah.
She doesn't know how any of this started.
Yeah.
So there's precedent there for the Mind Stone to be having some sort of influence. Also, Hexagon 6.6 stones, come on.
Yeah.
oh, look, these two commercials have sixes missing. I wonder why. Because there's 6 stones in that there.
That's 666 Mephisto!
Oh, it's a tree, it's Mephisto. God damn it. No, I don't think Mephisto's playing a part in this whatsoever. I think everything is down to that Mind Stone being a bit... getting in her head a little bit. I don't think she's going to be a villain. I think people saying she's going to be a villain are completely, woefully missing the point of the show and looking at it from Hayward's perspective. Where it's more of a, no, I'm going to twist everything because context is not important to this woman clearly grieving. The show is about grief. That's the obvious thing. So what I think, and also another little interesting tidbit, James Spader was not... He's not in an episode of the recent season of the Blacklist, which was filming at around the same time of February 2020 when they were filming WandaVision. Now, could it be a coincidence? Of course it could be a coincidence. I have no clue.
If they can get Evan Peters to show up, they can get Spader to show up.
Look, the two, they referenced 2 characters from the MCU reality proper. 50% of those have shown up. And I can't see any way this show happens where it's about this character who's never had time to grieve about the losses and deal with the fact of the losses and not have one of the biggest things show up. Because Ultron represents Stark. He represents literally himself who killed... Quicksilver, her brother. It literally represents Thanos because it's come from an Infinity Stone. Ultron can literally be the catalyst that gets her over the grief of everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you don't even need it to be a robot. You don't need this 8-foot tall, shiny, vibranium cocktail robot walking in here. It can literally just be James Spader.
Yeah, exactly.
Give him glowing eyes or whatever. And it also, if it's dealing with family, one of the biggest disservices you could do to this family tree is not do it right. Ultron is such a core part of that family tree in the comics. We haven't got it proper in the MCU because of Hank Pym and Janet not being anywhere near Ultron and whole Wonder Man thing and Vision. But you could at least do it properly with what you have and the connections you have. He's so closely tied. It'd be such a mistake for him not to be in there. That's my thinking though.
I could go with that because I have I have none of my own theories. I'm just ready for it. Whatever happens, happens. I'm not expecting earth-shattering cameo or anything, but what you're saying makes a lot of sense. That could work.
It's like, if Ultron's not in it and it's someone else, cool, great. As long as they do it well, I don't care. It'll be, for me, a mistake to not do anything with Ultron. Especially when he's right there. Come on. It's clearly doing something with Infinity Stones. We know Infinity Stones are tied to the multiverse. Just come on, he's right there.
Here's the thing, Mitch. So, she's gonna say no, more mutants, and then she realizes she caused all the mutants to appear, so she rebuilds Ultron as the Master Mold, who starts spitting out Sentinels.
No.
And they're going to pull in Quicksilver, pulling in the Dysons, because he's going to be vacuuming the floor with one.
I'll be honest, if you want to make Ultron Master Mode, I got no problem with that.
See, I would be okay with that.
Just don't do it here.
Yeah.
Just don't do it in this. Do it
just
later.
Everything else I just said is completely stupid, but don't do that. Yeah. That sounds like some CW garbage I just sprouted out.
It really does. Yeah, it's... I'm firmly a believer of my own crap read, I suppose. I've connected a dot that I want to connect, and it's just like, this makes sense in my head, but yeah, who knows? But I'm betting.
I guess as any, really. It could work. You got to bring back Ultron. Like, he's so important to that. Like, why? Pietro's dead. Like, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't just tell me you're going to ignore that.
I can't remember who it was. I can't remember if it was on here or somewhere else, but someone was like, if you got Quicksilver running about in this show, just have like Ultron show up and kill him every 5 minutes. And, like, Wanda's got to keep redoing it. Like, have her really deal with this grief and trauma that he put her through. It's like, no, she has to confront this thing properly. Like, otherwise, she's just going to keep seeing this guy die over and over again.
Pietro falls down the stairs. We see it from the other angle, and it's just like Ultron tied his shoelaces going down the stairs.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. I'd love that. When every time he's on the floor, it's just bullet holes in him. No, you just see that shot.
Yeah. Oh.
And no matter what happens, it's just bullet holes in him.
Just riddled with them. Yeah.
Some glowy kid with or some little kid with like glowy red eyes, like just super soaks Pietro, and then it's just like blood just drips down. Like, really got horrifying with it since it's the Halloween episode.
True. Exactly. Well, I suppose in due time we're gonna know exactly what happens. So we'll be talking about it, doing obviously the audio commentaries and everything. So that has effectively brought us to the end of this show, which means now, after this, we're gonna go do that members topic, talking about things on the internet that were said by people. So, yes. Any closing thoughts, Mitch, before we end the show?
Director Jake in the Twitch chat just had the best thing ever. Like, if Spider shows up and it's just a crappy Ultron Halloween costume, I would die happy. We've got everyone else in the crappy Halloween costumes. Just get Spider.
No.
Right?
Mitch, they go ultra earth-shattering third, fourth, fifth wall, trans-dimensional, like, breaking every wall apart. It's that crappy set photo of the top-heavy Ultron model that everybody said was going to be Ultron. He comes in wearing that.
I'd love that so much.
I will, straight up, if that happens, this is the greatest thing that's ever been put on film.
Oh, mate, that would make my day. It would trigger me slightly because, like, I hate that Ultron looks so much.
Yeah.
But still, that'd be fantastic.
Chef's kiss at perfection.
But yeah, I want that to happen now.
Same. I need it.
If I could go back, delay this episode, I'll be completely fine with it. Reshoot stuff.
Add a couple extra 100 to our check you send us to praise you every week, and we'll call it a deal. Won't even sue. Won't sue. It's gonna be good.
I haven't even got to give me the credit, so you haven't got to pay me residuals. But there
could be some royalties in this down the road, but I don't know how contracts on Disney Plus are structured. I don't follow that, so
I mean, I imagine they're a short series of novels.
True, exactly. I ain't gonna read this book. Get out of here. Well, with that in mind, thank you everybody for listening to this, and we'll be back next week, or we'll catch you members in the members discussion. So till next time, see you guys later.